Okay, so for those of you who are saying that, oh, it's probably the wrong thermostat, it's going someplace else, it's not the right thermostat I'm looking at, it's another thermostat, it is the right thermostat. And I don't know what else you're going to say, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to the compressor contactor, and I'm just going to pull one side. Looks like it's still going. Let me get my meter, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to do some voltage testing. Stay tuned. So obviously the AC will not work because the coil is iced over, right? As if the thermostat is satisfied and you are calling for cooling, and the thermostat is satisfied and the compressor is still running, eventually the evaporator coil is going to be iced over, and it's going to remain iced over if the compressor keeps on running. So the next time you call for cooling, it's going to be a block of ice in the coil, so nothing, no airflow, no cooling, right? So check this out right now. So I'm on voltage, AC voltage, AC volts, and down here is the input to the input power in the bottom there. I'm gonna check that, my contactor. All right, and then now mind you, I've already have the coil disconnected. You see that, right? It's disconnected, so this contactor shouldn't be energized. So if you said that now at the top of the contactor, this is going to the compressor and the fan motor, this is powering the load, the condensing fan motor and the compressor up top here. That's where the power passes through, and as you can see, there's juice. So that is a diagnostics. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. How did you guys do? What do you guys think? This contactor is stuck. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open, and just as dessert, as a cherry on top, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check. Let me just get this thing ground. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check the low voltage wire right here to show that there's nothing coming. All right, so I have one wire here on the wire that came from the contactor coil. Can you see it? Well, you saw me pull it earlier, that same yellow wire. So I got one of my test leads on there, and I'm gonna go to the other side. All right, so there you have it. Contactor. I'm gonna get a screwdriver and I'm gonna open that up. This thing is stuck to my screwdriver. Let's get it flipped to the smaller side. Okay, so I did some things where I thought this thing was still recording, but it wasn't. So it turns out that the unit went to heat mode. The contactor was stuck in. So I thought you guys were going to see that because the camera was not recording. So, and I was just talking to the camera. It's not recording. So this was stuck in, and apparently the thermostat, while it was on the wall, kept the reversing valve active. Right, so the moment I took it off the wall, the unit went to a heat mode, because you know in the north here, if you don't energize the reversing valve or the O terminal, the system is going to be reverting to heat mode, right? So being that the contactor was stuck in, right, and I just simply freed it up. I freed it up with this little thermostat screwdriver. Just simply lift the point. And it came free. So nothing is running. It's off right now. It's off because I unstuck it. But when I remove the thermostat, the O terminal is no longer getting power, but the compressor contactor is stuck. So now, you know, if you're not energizing the O, which is the reversing valve, then you're going to be running in heat. So it flipped to heat mode. All right. So potentially that's how the thermostat works. It's going to keep the O terminal active all the time until you're switching to heat. It deactivates it, maybe, or it could also be a faulty thermostat, you know. But yeah, that was a diagnostic. This thing was stuck. It was stuck in, and when I broke it free with the screwdriver, I thought the camera was recording, but it wasn't recording. So I'd love for you guys to see that. If it arced, I'd lift this part right here with a screwdriver, right? Because it was stuck. It was stuck down. But yeah, that's the diagnostic. And also, additionally, another thing I did while I thought this thing was recording, but it wasn't, I hooked up one side of my test lead to the wire that came off the other side of the contactor, and I went over here just to check to show you guys that there was no power. There was no low voltage. There was no cool call. It wasn't getting the power. It was running because it was just stuck. It was just stuck in. That's the problem. That's the diagnostic. And potentially, we have a faulty thermostat versus keeping the reversing valve active. That's it. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You know the deal. I'm out of here.